Why, hello, everyone. My name is Molly Neese. I'm the Director of Employee Leadership Learning Engagement, also known as L. I'm here to give you a little bit of guidance as to what our team did recently, actually just last Friday, to gear us up for putting together full cycle goals. Now, what you're about to experience, I'm going to walk you through and give you the PowerPoint, give you the agenda we use, the timing in which we laid everything out. And so if this is something that you would want yourself to do, and we did it all 100% virtual, and all you had to know is to how to work, annotate, and I will explain a little bit as to what that means, so that it can be an interactive, collaborative, transparent experience for everyone. Now, at the end of that planning meeting is what we called it, we didn't have all the full cycle goals mapped out. However, we were able to make the time to really look in the past, look in the present, look in the future, and really start to dig in as to what we're looking to accomplish this coming year, in spite of all the uncertainties. So I hope you're able to take a couple golden nuggets from this. And if you have some ideas to make it better, we want to hear those too. So again, I'm going to actually share my screen so that you can see how exactly it worked. So now that you can see my screen, you're going to see exactly what we did. So in part one, remember, you need to have bathroom breaks when you're Zooming. So often when I work with leaders and they're putting together facilitation, I said, where's the breaks in this? Because we need Zoom fatigue will set in. So you will see that we started at 9, we ended at 11:30, but we had that break in between. And because it is so interactive, before you know it, the time is gone, right? So this is what we did. Now, as a team, every year we pick out our one word that individually, if we focus on it all year long, we realize that something good, something positive is going to happen. So for example, some team members, light, rise, shine, mine was pioneer, all of these things that you set, and then how do you check back in to see how that's working? So we're not going to go in depth about what that program was, but just know that I did put that as a part of our, how are they showing up, right? How do you want to have the last of this year go? I had just had a meeting this morning, and one of the participants in my team kept on using the word push. I just need to push through it. And I said, I think you just found your pandemic one word. And she said, push. Yes. So, if that's something that you want to incorporate in really getting everybody's heads around versus just this overwhelm of just anxiety and uncertainty that has been kind of hovering around all of this can center, right? So if you want us to facilitate it, we can. If you want us to teach you on how to do it, or if you want to borrow the virtual version of this, we can do that too. But in essence, we did the one-word reflections. We did a past reflection. We looked at the strengths, opportunities, aspirations, and results. And that is a SOAR analysis. And you will see that I kind of mixed up the letters a little bit. But I'm also a Stephen Covey fan. So I'm a big fan of beginning with the end in mind. So that's why I reordered it a little bit. So we talked about our strengths. And after we talked about our strengths, we left in a really good spot. So we took that break. They knew we were coming back to really talk about what results do we want to be able to see and say in the next 7 months, because that's what's left in the full cycle. Remember, it's a compressed time. And then the opportunities. What are some things as a result of our environment that we might have, that we might not have had before, or that we get to do? And then aspirations, This is when the think tank just unravels. It's like, we can do this, we can do that, you know, but it's their voice that they are putting into the center. And what happens there is everyone can transparently see how they might play a role in someone else's goals and intentions, right? So it's that place of, oh my gosh, okay, we can control this part of everything, because there's many things that we're not going to know until we get the school year started and we're rolling, etc. So let me show you how exactly we decided to do this. And you can see this is how we set up the one-word reflection. And again, I can train you on that if you wish to have that as a part of your retreat. So this is it. We just said what things went well, what things could go better. And you literally just annotate, and you do a text, and I would go in here and I'd write something up, you know, and everyone else would be writing the same thing. And then it becomes a part of the whole landscape, right? So we're all seeing what went well, what could go better. So it's just this brain dump. So after you do that, you need to clear all drawings. But before you do that, you need to save it, because you want to be able to go back and see everything that they have done. You must click save to get that screenshot. And when you clear all drawings, that will enable you to go to the next slide. Because if you choose not to clear this side, you're going to have all the answers show up at the next slide, and it's just going to be gumbled all over the place. So you don't want that at all. So you're going to save it so you can have rest assured that you're going to have it at the very end, because you're going to save everything from this session. And then you start to the strengths. And the strengths, this is where you set it up to be like, oh, what are 4 of the 5 strengths you see as our team, and what you brought to the team? What are some of the things? So this is a place where you say, kick humility to the curb and just put everything out there. And you're going to give them a set time. You're going to say, in 90 seconds, write down as many things that you saw was our strengths to get us through, and what is going to continue to get us through. Okay. So again, you would go back. This is, again, the annotate. So you would do the same process. You just say annotate. It comes up. You do your own texting, because you see my name. And then, of course, the 3 other members of our team are there too. You would make it your own, and that would give you that opportunity. So you go to the next one. Results. Remember, begin with the end in mind. What do you want to be able to say 7 months from now? Because we need to be futuristic, right? This is where you want to say, how, you know, what impact do you want to make, right? What do you want to be able to say? You know, we wanted to be able to say things like, people had a feeling that of certainty. They were equipped with empathy skills, compassion. You know, they knew how to use Zoom. We were training other people on how to use Zoom. You know, I mean, it was tons. I mean, to recap it all. But again, it was great. It was a great space, and you saw the synergy happening between the players, and that's the magic of using this opportunity for virtual engagement and transparency. And when we go to those opportunities, you know what? Some of the things were put out there to say, hey, have a flexible work schedule, right? So that we can work in our peak times and then still deliver the services in which we need to deliver to our customers. You know, there were lots of different things in here. What were the opportunities? So again, it kept us in a place of hope, not despair. So it might be things that we need to work out because of something that happened in our environment, but it formulates it in a I get to versus I have to environment. The next one are the aspirations. You will see that now we're getting closer to what full cycle goals could look like. You know, what do you as a human on this team want to really aspire to achieve in the next 3 months, 7 months? What is that? Now, don't get too far ahead, right? We don't know what the future holds, right? But what are some of the things that you think you can impact? And I know we sent out a full cycle goal email this morning that had a plethora of full cycle pandemic proof, at least that's the intent, sample goals. But there might be other things that they have in their heart that they want to do. So what are those things? That if you use that other sample goal document, it might, if you have some employees, well, I don't know, that might stimulate some things, because lots of those things that were shared in that document, and there's a 20-minute video that goes with that document to really help realize those pandemic proof, hopefully, goals for those individuals. And they're pretty much across positions. You can make them work for you. So something to consider, because the last thing you want is, well, I don't know, I don't have aspirations because everything is dependent. Well, maybe that's why you send that document ahead of time, just to get people thinking about the possibility. And then this is where you can just draft out a few titles, not the description, not the milestones, not the exceeding expectations. I'm saying titles, because if you go too deep in this session, they're going to be exhausted. This is enough. This is enough. Because what happened next is that I put it upon the team members to put on my schedule as the leader to the week of August 17th to discuss the draft individual goals. So I also put myself out there. If you need a sounding board, I'm there. Next, I said, if you have a goal that requires assistance from other team members, make sure to meet with them. So often I hear that, oh, I didn't complete my goals because I was waiting on number 2 for Joe to do it. And or whoever, Joe, Joanna, whatever, but that stops that, right? So get other team members involved so that there is a mutual accountability and commitment to it. And then send the draft goals to me. And you can see no later than August 14th was the date. So I have time to process it. So I can then be very prepared for the week of August 17th when we get in the zone for this coming year. They have an idea of what the bigger vision is, because we went through this activity and I was sharing some things that I'd like to see. But setting the course and then giving them a voice and having them seek their own truth and have them have the autonomy and passion for what they put forth is empowering. And quite frankly, they have told me it helps to retain them, right? They have a sense of control around what it is that they're gonna work towards. And again, they know that they're coming to the plate with drafts and that I might take it in a slightly different direction. It started with their voice. The next thing is, I said, place a mid-cycle talent conversation on my calendar the week of December. Why not? Why not be thinking about, okay, this is where we're going to meet back and see how things are progressing. Don't be like, oh my gosh, December's going to be here. And you're like, oh yeah, I guess we have to do that. Set it in the beginning. Set yourself up for success. Set the team up for success. Because in those full cycle goals, you'll see even in the sample ones, I have certain things that will happen during those mid-cycle talent conversations as a result. So, and lastly, it's my accountability to put everything in the full cycle online the week of August 30 or 24th, because remember, they are due August 31st. So any revisions to these goals due to the environmental shifts, that will happen after our mid-cycle conversations. But then if they have the knowledge or the awareness that there's going to be a shift, I told them I want to know right away, right? I want to discuss it. And yeah, we'll make the changes then, but I want to be in the know because I want to be there feeling what they're feeling, guiding in a way that makes sense and feels right for them. No one wants to, especially right now. I listened to a webinar yesterday, a workplace wellness webinar, that the focus really is on employees having a sense of belonging, a sense of connection. This is setting it up for that. Create those moments, create those spaces to connect. And you know what? Yeah, you'll be talking about the work, but you're also going to be talking about some other things that are happening. Because if we are to walk together and stronger together on this, it starts with coming up with a plan that they feel that they can have some ownership and control over. And why not start here? It actually only took, if I do a recap, 9 o'clock until 11:30. It's worth it. It's your opportunity as a leader to also chart the course for success and that give voices to them, and also transparency and honesty to share. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you know of somebody who might also benefit from a video such as this, or if you want us to focus on some other areas, we build things based on the things that our customers need. So if you need something, we want to know. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Molly Neese. Don't be a stranger. We're all in this together. Peace.